The moon rose above the river, stars sparkled through the sweet gum tree. I steeled my for the thing ahead of me. The night, New Orleans, the night I ate New Orleans. New Orleans stole my heart. First stop, Muffaletta, Central Grocery, it was worth the wait. Next stop, Jambalaya, I went to Coop's place and I cleaned my plate. Oysters, Rockefeller at Antoine's, and then the Brennan's for bananas, Foster. The night I ate New Orleans, sing it. The night I ate New Orleans, sing it again. Oh, the night I ate New Orleans, New Orleans stole my heart, stole my heart and gave me heartburn, heartburn all the whole next day. Oh, but now I feel my heart yearn for some fresh beignet and crawfish etouffee at Felix's. I can't wait till we can travel again. Sing it. The night I ate New Orleans. The night I ate New Orleans. The night I ate New Orleans. New Orleans stole my heart. The night I ate New Orleans from the NOLA record. To greet you tonight, to welcome you to Suzzy on Sundays. Thanks for tuning in, and thank you for tuning in to tonight's episode, the 40th episode of Suzzy on Sundays. So that makes this show the longest continuously running weekly live stream in North America. It's not actually true, but it just sounded real good. These Sunday shows will continue through the holidays with some best of, worst of, and replays next Sunday and December 27th and January 3rd, and then full new programming on Sunday, January 10th. So if you keep tuning in on Sundays, I will be here to greet you. Big thanks to Kelly Lynn Knott, my digital coordinator who makes these shows go and does so much to make things run smoothly in every show that I run. She has her own show on Tuesday nights on Facebook at 7:30. Tonight, I'm thrilled to welcome two members of celebrated musical families, maybe best described as folk royalty. Their new release, together, out this fall, is entitled I Can Still Hear You. And please welcome to Suzzy on Sundays. Big excitement for me, Lucy Wainwright Roche and Suzzy Roche. Hello, friends.
Hi.
Hello.
Greetings
Thank you
from
for
New York.
joining the program. And I am tonight in Michiana Shores, Indiana, which I'm sure you know where that is.
We
Right.
live there half the time.
Where are you tonight?
We're in Brooklyn. We're in my apartment in Brooklyn, and where I've been for 9 months, and she visits sometimes.
Yeah. I'm so excited that you are here with us, and I want to hear a song the two of you, well, you'll choose what one to start with. I was going to tell you, but no. Let's hear what you have chosen for us.
Okay. This is called Ruins, and it's kind of a little fable song about a little boy and an old lady.
Was on his way to school, a place he didn't want to go. He lagged behind his brother and his brother's best friend. Boy passed by an apple tree, stopped at the garden bed. Flower faces stared at him, yellow, purple, black, and red. I don't want to ruin anything. I don't want to ruin anything. He lifted up his leg and boot and stomped upon the roses. Next he took the pansies out, scratched their eyes and noses. I asked my mama yesterday, I asked my daddy too, why is a human heart so mean to do the things that we do? I don't want to ruin anything. I don't want to ruin anything. Later on comes a lady with a dog, a spade and a ring. She sat down and cried. Everything I planted is dry. But I took my chances each time I planted my whole life through. 'Cause what else can you do? She sat down by the apple tree. The sun moved through the sky. At 3 o'clock, the boy came back to see what he'd done and why. I asked my mama yesterday, I asked my daddy too, why is a human heart so mean to do the things that we do? I don't want to ruin anything. 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 I don't want to ruin anything.
Beauteous Maximus by Lucy Wainwright Roche and Suzzy Roche. That song is maybe called I Don't Want to Ruin Anything?
It's actually called Ruins.
Ruins. And that song features what, to some of my audience, if you don't know, the Roches, our guest Suzzy Roche here, a member of the legendary Roche Sisters. And Lucy Wainwright Roche might be related to you, Suzzy. Is that the case?
Yes, I'm her mother.
And the idea of singing with people you are related to, right? Singing in what country music they call blood harmony. Did you ever hear that term before?
Yes.
And it is really lovely. And I think it's one of the things I'm missing most in the pandemic, is being able to sing with my mother and even my dad and my siblings, who are all good singers. That song is from your new project called I Can Still Hear You. And I wanted to say how I met, I've not met Suzzy before in person, but I met Lucy last year at the New Bedford Folk Festival. We were on a stage together, and she started singing her songs. I'm like, what is going on? How can you write these songs? They're put together like the most beautiful puzzle pieces, just put together like this. And so I'm so thrilled that you could join us tonight. Let me do a song, and then I have a question for you about this year we're in. So here's a song that was written in March of this year. To be there on that bright summer morning so fair, when we cast off these sorrows, these worries and cares. How I want to be there. When the golden sun rises in that clear, cloudless sky, on that blessed day, the storm has passed by, I'll greet it with sweet tears of joy in my eyes. How I want to be there. For the season a shadow passes all our doors, the doors of family, mine and yours. One day there'll be no shadow anymore. How I want to be there, to be there, to be there. On that bright summer morning so fair, when we cast off these sorrows, these worries and cares. How I want to be there. Yeah, yeah, yeah. When that glad moment of reunion comes, of near and far, of old and young, there'll be rejoicing heard in every tongue. How I want to be there. We'll gather loved ones in a fond embrace, and hand in hand, and face to face, and shoulder to shoulder, sing Amazing Grace. How I want to be there, to be there, to be there. On that bright summer morning so fair, when we cast off these sorrows, these worries and cares. How I want to be there. And I want to be there when the pandemic is over, and I want to be there to get my Pfizer vaccine delivered from Kalamazoo, Michigan, which is right up the road from here, overnight. Yeah, so there's a pandemic song, right? And I wrote it because I couldn't find any pandemic songs, really. And I know that you went ahead and made this record, right? You were telling me in the sound check a little bit, Suzzy, how you got started with it, and then you kind of had to hit the brakes or something because of the timing of it?
We were in Nashville in like late February, early March, and we went down there, came back to New York, and everything shut down. We had been planning to go back to Nashville, throughout the spring, but that was the end of it. We were just there for a week, and so we had to kind of get little makeshift recording studios going in our bedroom, like everybody else, I guess. And then we finished the record that way, which was amazing. We didn't really think we were going to be able to.
Did you think about not putting it out at all? Did you think about just like taking a
Somebody
sabbatical
did.
and?
One of us did.
Let's just put it this way: there were some tears shed.
Yes. Yes, that's tricky working with your family, right? Because, that spills over into other kinds of conversations. Well, it's a beautiful record. I really love the production on it. The production on it makes the band sit back a little more. The treble is kind of turned down on all the band instruments and accompaniment, and your voices float forward. It's the most lovely sound on this record, and I highly recommend it to people tuning in. Would you do another song for us now?
Sure. This is the only song I've written in the pandemic. So this was written in April of this year when in New York. You're hearing a siren now, but in New York at that time everything was completely silent except for the sirens, and I wrote this during that, and then it ended up being the title track of the record, which is "I Can Still Hear You." So I think that the siren is going to accompany us for this. We arranged that ahead of time. Remember the words or the parts that you saved, or carousel horses, or how the summer behaves, or off in the distance. Remember me too, 'cause I can still hear you. From all of the people, low and above, to all of the things we need to be careful of. From there was a near miss to where do I sign this? I can still hear you. Under the many, over the one, surprised to discover that we're standing next to none. Around and around now, it's just up and down now. I can still hear you. Between a few wild rides, surrounded on all sides, I can still hear you. I can still hear you.
Maybe you should keep writing, Lucy.
I guess I should have done one in May and one in June, and I have a lot to catch up on.
And if you could organize the street traffic
Yes.
to provide the ambient sounds perfectly. And that's the title track from your new record called I Can Still Hear You. How beautiful. That track is just gorgeous. And I'm so happy that people are noticing this record and tuning in for it. I'll do a song now that's kind of a throwback song from a project, a concept album I did. And I'm going to ask Suzzy and Lucy on the other side of this about how to put records together. But this is a song from a record of songs I wrote to sound as if they might have been written by Cole Porter's smart-mouthed little sister, Colette Porter, who wrote songs in the 1930s / early 2000s. And she wanted to write songs, to contribute songs to the catalog from a woman's point of view. And so this song came about. Coffee, ham, and eggs, I can be your diner. Tired, aching legs, I'll be your recliner. When you need a breath of air, I'll be your balcony. When you need a laugh, I can be your joker. Cut a loss in half, I can be your broker. 'Cause all of that and more you have been for me. And I'll be the release when the pressure's heightening. I can be the grease when your wheels are tightening. And when you need a dance, I can be that old soft shoe. I can be your girl through the best and worst time. But I can't be the girl you notice for the first time. There's so much I can do, but I can't be new. And when they're buying you steak, baby, I can be the gravy. When they throw you in the lake, I can be the Navy. Be that 3-day leave, I can be that bad tattoo. And I can be the sky, the very wild blue yonder. Still I can't catch your eye when it starts to wander. As I've seen it do, oh, at least a time or two. I'll be anything for you, baby, but I can't be new.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's a pick-me-up, isn't it? That's it's always nice to send that out to people on a first date. Love to bring people together with that one. So when you're making a record, the two of you have made, is this your first record together, or you've made other records together?
It's the third one that we made together.
So do you have a process for deciding which songs belong and which ones don't, and kind of what the what the box is, what the parameters are for a project?
I guess it's kind of a feel type thing. There's a couple of, anchor songs that you think, oh, okay, this is like, now we're starting here. And then I always like to do some covers and, mix it up. I like to have mixing writers up. That's why I was really waiting for Lucy's song on this, because she does her own solo records, so she doesn't throw in that many songs to our records together. But there's got to be something. So on this, there's actually 2 songs that Lucy wrote. One of them we wrote together. Did that answer your question?
Yeah, which ones were the anchor songs on the new record? Do you know right away which ones kind of showed up and you thought, oh, let's build the project around these?
For me, the song "I Think I Am a Soul" was kind of like that's when I was like, okay, now we're on to something here. And then there was the Swan Duck song, was kind of a followed on that.
That was the first one I heard of hers that were going to be on the record. That was the first one I heard.
Yes.
I love in the duck song, Swan Duck song, there's something about the squirrel thing, and you rhyme that with quarreling. Is that the Swan song?
Actually, that's not, but you know what's interesting? We realized that there were 12 creatures on this record as it was developing. And so in that song is a cover by Connie Converse. And the song you're referring to about the squirrels in the tree, which is such a great line. So yeah, I kind of wanted to do that song. I wanted, there's a lot of, the theme of this record really is about women. And I think that the song, "I Think I Am a Soul," was really written for my sister Maggie, who passed away on the night of the Trump inauguration. And that sort of set in motion, well, we all know what happened, And so I really wanted to make a record that was in praise of women, without any apology. Songs about women and by women.
Again, the new record by Suzzy and Lucy is called "I Can Still Hear You." Would you do another song for us now?
Sure. What should we do?
You want to do "I Think I'm a Soul"?
Oh, okay, great.
The dog is now here. We had a siren, now we have a dog. Okay. Ready?
Yeah.
Sorry, that's not right. Soul, I've always been the soul that I am. Never felt in the sun. The soul that I am, you can see through if you care to take a peek. Just to go. Astray, floating around 14th Street every day. Shopping for tomatoes, stopping at the light. No one even knows me. Still I turned out alright. I think I'm the soul. Who knows? I heard that souls get
has to go. Never meant to go astray. You get your set of cards and you play. I think I am the soul, Lord knows. Can't you shine your ever-loving light on me? The soul that I am begs for mercy. The soul that I am loves the night sky and the moon's face and the silent singing stars. Ooh. Never meant to go astray, floating around 14th Street every day.
I think I am a soul. I love that line about shopping for tomatoes. It's
Me
like,
too, I love that.
like what? Exactly. We have a little treat for you now, and Kelly's going to play this for us. And folks out there listening, if you would just turn your audio down a little bit if you need to. And Kelly, let's roll it.
It's not that easy being late, having to spend each day the color of the leaves. When I think it could be nicer being red, yellow, or gold, or something much more colorful like that. It's not that easy being green. Seems you blend in with so many other ordinary things, and people tend to pass you by, 'cause you're not standing out like flashy sparkles in the water or stars in the sky. But green's the color of spring, and green can be cool and friendly like. Big, like an ocean, or important, like a mountain, or tall like a tree. And green is all there is to be. It can make you wonder why. Why wonder, I am green, and you find it's beautiful. It's what I want to be.
That was so fun.
Wow. didn't see that before. That's great.
Give it up for Maggie. Give it up for Suzzy and Lucy and Susie Werner singing it is not easy being green. The audience went wild. Beautiful. You know, I did Maggie in my head because didn't Maggie sing the low parts? Is that right?
Yes, she did. Yeah.
Yeah. So I kind of had to find my way underneath there, somewhere in there. And I had to do a couple of different things to sing harmony with the two of yous. First of all, I have this theory. Let me know if I'm wrong or not. But if you have similar orthodontia challenges, does that sound weird? But do you have the same, right? If you're related, you might have the same shape teeth and jaw. And it's like, oh, same wisdom teeth problems with sisters, daughters, such things. Is that possible? Because I'm trying to like shape my mouth and teeth like you were when you were singing. And you do it naturally, maybe, that you place the voice a certain place in your mouth. But I'm like trying to find out where that is located, right? Does this make sense that there's something about where the music sits even in your face between you and each other when you sing together?
I think that's really probably very true. And also the vocal cords have a similar shape to them. But I was amazed at how well you blended in there. That was great.
Oh, thanks. Thanks. When you do Logic Pro, when you do the engineering, you can just move things. So, there was a slight, I made a few adjustments. One thing to mention about how wonderful your music is that where you sit in the beat, the two of you, where you sit in the beat, it's like, here's the beat, right? And the beat's going by, and you sit on the back bumper of the beat. And it's just so beautiful, and it's why I think your music really is so calming to listen to. It's so soothing. It calms us the hell down, and God knows we all need that.
I think it's because we're thinking a lot, or worrying and thinking, and then we realize we have to sing.
Or else you're high when you sing, and that's working too, right?
But I was going to say about orthodonture, my mom has a gap between her two front teeth, and when I was a kid, I had that gap too, and she used to tell me that it was a sign of great intelligence, and then mine closed up.
Oh no!
So
no! That's too bad.
You gotta be careful what you tell people.
Well, I want to sing. One of the things I've always enjoyed about the Roche's music is that there was always a place for the goofy. And I would like to sing a song now for the little black Labrador resident in your home. So here's a special waltz, a 3/4 song to send out to you and all of our friends over the holidays. Our evening together was magic. We had dinner and wine. You said your place or mine. We woke up the next day in your bedroom. We had coffee and laughed. And a few minutes after you said, maybe it's time you meet Fred, my Polish lowland sheepdog. And then Fred, he jumped up on the bed. And as I petted Fred on the head, you kissed your dog on the mouth. That's when it all went south. That's when my feet hit the floor and I walked out your door, for I could not unsee what I'd seen when you smooched your pooch and put your lips on his. That was and that is the end. But you followed me out to my Camry. You said, what's the big deal? You said, Fred, sit, Fred, heel. You said, dogs' mouths are cleaner than humans. I said, I have my doubts because dogs put their snouts in their ass and eat crap they find in the grass. And that's how they get hookworms. And you cried and you got all upset. And I tried, but I could not forget. You kissed your dog on the mouth, that's when it all went south. That's when my feet hit the floor and I walked out your door, for I could not unsee what I'd seen when you smooched your pooch and put your lips on his. That was and that is the end. And I'll wonder right up to the day of my death about that slight hint of kibbles and bits on your breath. You kissed your dog on the mouth, that's when it all went south. That's when my feet hit the floor and I walked out your door, for I could not unsee what I'd seen when you smooched your pooch and put your lips on his. That was and that is the end. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, that's, I'm sorry you had to sit through that, but that was the dog song. Does Maybe have a companion this year, or is it just Maybe all on Maybe's own there?
Just Maybe all on her own.
Mm-hmm.
And I may be guilty of some of what's in that song.
I didn't want to press on that, but it's interesting you volunteered it. Yep.
She usually goes out on tour with me and just sleeps in the dressing room and stuff. But now we're both just home. She keeps looking at me, wondering where the action is.
They're getting used to you, right? That's the thing that's happening this year. I guess dogs are spending so much time with their owners that they're happy that you're there, and they expect you now to be there all the time. Is that right?
Well, most dogs, I think, are happy and like their owners, but she's kind of judgmental. I kind of feel like she hates me.
Okay,
But,
that's a song. I would like to hear it, right? Am I the only one? I don't think so. Who would like to hear the song?
I've always seen those pillows that say, "Be the person your dog thinks you are," and I think, oh, I don't know if that's a good idea.
You're the first person I've heard say that. Maybe the self-esteem issues might be at work here, Lucy.
Could be.
Let's have you do another song, and if you don't mind, we might have a few folks pose some questions out there in the audience.
Okay.
If you have questions for Suzzy and Lucy, and I will ask them after this next number.
Yeah, but you're in the wrong frame. Well, since you did the dog song, I guess we really have to do the swan duck song. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I went to the pond today, looking for the swan, but the swan had turned into a duck. Tough case, bad luck. What happened to the long, smooth neck, elegance and grace? Bad case of duck face. Couple of feathers strewn across the grass. The duck looked up at me, afraid to ask what happened to me. I fumbled for the words to say, well, something had to give. It's what happens when you live. Feathers come and feathers go. There's one thing you should know: birds of a feather together flow. From now on, no swan will be your friend. There'll be plenty of ducks around the bend, but only when you swim the muddy water with your 2 duck feet. Your strange new heart recognize its beat. Ba 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 ba, 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 ba 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 ba. Months went by before I went back looking for the duck, but the duck wasn't in the muck. There was no quack back, no more duck. I turned my eyes up to the sky, thought I heard the song of a tiny bird singing good luck. The duck said, look at me, guess now I'm a hummingbird. You never really know what's next on that, I'll put my word. Remember when I swam the muddy water with my 2 duck feet, my strange new heart didn't even recognize its beat. Ba 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 ba, 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 ba 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 ba.
The duck song, the swan song, the swan duck song. What's it called? The swan.
It's swan with a strike through it. Duck song.
Ah, swan strike through duck song. Because swan song sounds like something else.
Right.
Right.
It's not that last song you're ever going to sing. Yeah, you don't want to be singing that. And that's on the new project, right? That's on the new record called I Can Still Hear You. We have a question from Daniel Hayes in Eugene, Oregon. He would like to know, what do you think of pineapple on pizza?
I've never had that. Have you?
No.
New Yorkers don't do that. Don't you eat like white clam pizza like New Haven people? They eat
Yeah,
that.
New Haven people, clams, all kinds of. Well, in Brooklyn now everything has honey on it.
Oh, is that the thing
Sudden.
now? Honey is the
Apparently.
thing? Yep.
Maybe we'll get some pineapple. I'll speak for myself. Maybe I'll get some pineapple. and try it.
I'm just like a pepperoni guy.
Our friend Sharon Goldberg would like to know. I love
Hi,
Sharon.
Sharon.
Hi, Sharon. You know Sharon too, right? Isn't she the
Yes.
best?
She's the best, yeah.
Everyone knows Sharon, and she is the best. What is the best part of working together, and what is the hardest part, especially when you have to provide feedback to each other?
Well, for me, one of the best parts is that usually when I'm on the road, I'm alone. And then every once in a while, we'll do a week or two together, and then I get to not be alone. And things are so much funnier when you're not alone. When things go wrong. When things go wrong on the road, it's much sadder when you're alone, and it's funnier when you're not alone. So that's one of my favorite things about it.
Yeah, I think it's, for some reason, it's pretty easy going between us.
We're used to it. Because when I was a kid, I would go on the road with them. So we're used to sharing a hotel room, and we still do that. And the only difference is when I'm by myself, I don't have popcorn after the show. But when I'm with her, we have popcorn.
And that might be one of the best and worst things about working together.
Well, you could have worse vices than that, I would think. Have you had pirate booty this year? Everybody's eating pirate booty.
I love pirate booty, but is it styrofoam?
Well, you know, you have a point there. You have a point there. Lucy, I want to make sure and ask you about Oberlin. You went to Oberlin, and you earlier were wearing, did you see my knit cap I had on? That's sort of a
yeah.
look, the upper Midwest hipster look. Yeah, you had that going there, and then you took it off. I was kind of hoping you were going to put that back on. That's there we go. There you go. Definitely an Oberlin graduate there.
Yes.
And you were going to play there this fall, right? This is the first year you're not playing there.
Yeah,
again.
usually I play in the Cat and the Cream every year at the beginning of the fall, and this year was the first time. in all my touring years that I didn't do it. So, but I love Oberlin. I love Ohio, and yeah.
Oh yeah, I have played the Cat and the Cream, and I love Oberlin. I love the little square, the town square.
Yes, Tappan Square.
And then it just feels to me like it's where nice East Coast kids go out to like experience America and get high. Like that's my impression of.
Yeah, I was kind of a raising myself Mormon at that time. Not actually, but I didn't get high till later. But I was high on all the corn and just seeing it. I learned to drive out there, and I like did things. I went to Dairy Queen, all the things that I didn't know about. So I loved it.
And it made you a better person. Cornfields, Dairy Queen.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm great.
Yes, you're fluent.
Just ask my dog.
Well, I'm going to sing a song here, and then we're going to come back to you because I have received word that you have received a request. So we're going to return to you in a moment.
Okay.
All right. Lucy was speaking about cars. She learned how to drive in Ohio. See, those New York kids, they don't know how to drive. They come out here to learn how to drive. I love driving cars. I think my life began when I got a driver's license at the age of 16. Here's a song from an American in Havana. So you brought along your girlfriend, your kind of pretty crazy girlfriend. What the hell were you thinking? She never stops drinking, she talks all the time. And now you're running out of money. Yeah, you've been running through the money. You don't know where it all went, and right now you just spent your very last dime. But when you're in a 1955 Chevy Bel Air and you're cruising the Malecon, oh, all your troubles are gone. Oh, when you're in a 1955 Chevy Bel Air and you're cruising La 23, oh, world's a wonderful place. Yes, it is. And you're driving with the top down. You're in the sunshine with the top down. Yeah, you're rolling in a carriage that is the perfect marriage of vinyl and chrome. You've got the white walls and the tail fins, the two-tone color and the tail fins. Salsa on the AM station. Why end this vacation? Why ever go home? When you're in a 1955 Chevy Bel Air and you're cruising the Malecon, all your troubles are gone. Oh, all your troubles are gone. Oh, when you're in a 1955 Chevy Bel Air and you're cruising La 23, oh, world's a wonderful place. As you roll past La Zora y el Cuervo, you'll smile and let every last care go, floating away on the music in your ears. As you roll past La Media Cohiba, your girlfriend gets out and says, see ya. Yeah, she's over it, she's had enough. You don't care because now you're in love with a Chevrolet. Hey. When you're in a 1955 Chevy Bel Air and you're cruising the Malecon, all your troubles are gone. Oh, all your troubles are gone. When you're in a 1955 Chevy Bel Air, when you're in a 1955 Chevy Bel Air and you're cruising La 23, oh, world's a wonderful place. When you're in a 1955 Chevy Bel Air, oh, la 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 la. When you're in a 1955 Chevy Bel Air, oh. 1955 Chevy Bel Air from an American in Havana by Susan Werner. And that Chevy Bel Air would probably have been a 3-speed. Now, Lucy, were you driving an automatic or was it a stick? Was it a stick?
I was driving an automatic, a Volvo 240 that had 300,000 miles on it.
Of course you were. You were at Oberlin. You're driving
so
a Volvo with 300K miles on it.
Yeah, it was perfect. And then one of the seats was a different color than all the other seats.
Because it had been stuck in there because it was secondhand. Yeah.
Yes.
Right. You can't kill those things. They run forever. So you have received an unusual request, and I would like to hear more about this.
Yeah, we heard that this was a request, and this song, well, it has to do with my dad. I mean, for us it does, not for the rest of the world. Because we sang it at one of his weddings, and he'd asked us if we would sing something, and we said yes, and he was like, sing whatever you want, you don't have to, whatever, just pick something. And so when you're like learning a song, and you kind of, a cover song, and you kind of you have a crush on it, kind of, because you're, getting to know it. So we were learning this song, and we just thought, okay, let's do that new one that we've been working on. And we didn't think it through a lot in terms of the wedding.
No, I would say that's an understatement, actually. We didn't think at all about it. And this is, I think, strange looking back on it. And some people would not even believe that, but it's really true. And it was the sort of thing where people were standing there with their champagne glasses and smiling at us, and then we started to sing this, and they were like, "Oh my God, who are these people?" And
So all of you out there, you're there with your champagne at the wedding, and then we did this. Desperado, why don't you come to your senses? You've been out riding fences for so long now. Oh, you're a hard one. I know that you've got your reasons. These things that are pleasing you can hurt you somehow. Don't you draw the queen of diamonds, she'll beat you if she's able. You know the queen of hearts is always your best bet. Now it seems to me some fine things have been laid upon your table, but you only want the ones that you can't get. Desperado, no, you ain't getting no younger. Your pain and your hunger are driving you home. And freedom, oh, that's just some people talking. Your prison is walking through this world all alone. Don't your feet get cold in the winter time? The sky won't snow and the sun won't shine. It's hard to tell the nighttime from the day. You're losing all your highs and lows. Ain't it funny how the feeling goes away? Desperado, why don't you come to your senses? Come down from your fences, open the gate. It may be raining, but there's a rainbow above you. You better let somebody love you. Better let somebody love you. Better let somebody love you before it's too late. So we are available for weddings.
That's a horrible song to play at a wedding.
Terrible, terrible. Especially that wedding.
Yeah, like you're incapable of relationships, but good luck, right?
Totally. Yeah, we're if anyone needs someone to come to their wedding and ruin it, we're available.
I think you could actually get paid to do that. There's people who would do that.
Yes, we're free for the rest of our lives. So.
Yeah, but you can't get out of the house. Nobody can get out of the house. I think I just got booked for a wedding in April. Like, how am I going to do this? I don't know. But how about we play one more round of songs back and forth, and we'll call it an evening. Is that cool with you?
Great.
I'll play one here on the piano. I'll play a song not by the Eagles. May I suggest to you, may I suggest this is the best part of your life? May I suggest this time is blessed for you, this time is blessed and shining, almost blinding bright. Just turn your head and you'll begin to see the 1,000 reasons that were just beyond your sight. The reasons why I'd suggest to you, why I'd suggest this is the best part of your life. There is a world that's been addressed to you, intended only for your eyes. It's a secret world, like a treasure chest to you, of private scenes and brilliant dreams that mesmerize. A tender lover's smile, a tiny baby's hands, the million stars that fill the turning sky at night. And I suggest, yes, I suggest to you, I suggest this is the best part of your life. There is a hope that's been expressed in you. It's the hope of 7 generations, maybe more. And this is the faith that they invest in you. It's that you'll do one better than was done before. And inside you know, inside you understand, inside you know what's yours to finally set right. And I suggest to you, I suggest this is the best part of your life. This is a song, comes from the west to you, comes from the west, comes from the slowly setting sun. This is a song with a request of you, to see how very short these endless days will run. And when they're gone, and when the dark descends. Oh, we'd give anything for one more hour of light. And I suggest this is the best part of your life.
I'm so happy you sang that one. I love that song so much.
Thank you. That means a lot to me. You know, that song is a wedding song, right? That gets played I'm so thrilled that it gets played at so many weddings. It must be a good moment in your lives that you're getting to do this record together and these shows together tonight. I mean, so many people are separated from their own family members right now. I just got to see my own folks this week for the first time in 9 months, and it was great to be in this, just in the same room with them.
Yeah, we went a couple of months not being inside together, but then we had to pod in order to finish the record and do shows.
So now you are a pod.
Now we better want to see each other because these are our options.
This is all we got.
Right. Well, good luck to you with that.
I just wanted to say that I think that song, May I Suggest, is a pandemic song. It's perfect for the pandemic because we all are thinking that this is such a terrible time, but actually maybe it's a time where there's a lot of good things too.
I think that is true. If we can appreciate kind of the blessings that blow in sideways this year, right? Yeah. Would you do one more song for us here?
Sure. I'd just like to say first, though, that it's such a pleasure to hear you and to share this hour with you. It's really, really special. You're amazing.
I'm so glad you could join, and it's really fun. And I'm just such a big fan, and this new record is just beautiful. It's called I Can Still Hear You, Suzzy and Lucy Roche. Would you sing one more song for us?
Sure. We thought we'd end with a seasonal number.
Angels we have heard on high, sweetly singing o'er the plains, and the mountains in reply, echoing their joyful strains. Gloria in excelsis Deo. Gloria in excelsis Deo. Shepherds, why this jubilee? Why your joyful strains prolong? What the gladsome tidings be, which inspire your heavenly song? Gloria in excelsis Deo. Gloria in excelsis Deo.
Suzzy and Lucy Wainwright Roche. Thank you, both of you, for joining the party.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.